Hey guys, once again it is your Vaping Minuteman, and today, as you see, we are reviewing one of the liquids sent to me by Vapecraft. It is Lucille from the Bombshell line. Now, as you guys know, I'm not a big, or at least I hadn't been big on reviewing e-liquids, but I have to say, when I was able to decide to close the business and move into giving you guys what you want a lot of times, which is you want reviews. So, you know what? I reach out with the help of my buddy Nate over there at Ohms Anonymous, which I will put a link down in the bottom so that you can go check him out. But, you know, the thing is, he connected me with Vapecraft, and they sent me 5 juices for their line. Now, here's how I'm going to do this. I am going to actually sit down and tell you each individual liquid in their own video, and then at the end I will do a last video as a recap and just tell you what I think of the whole line as a whole. Give it a grade, and I'm changing things up a little bit. We're doing a 4-point scale per grade level of what we're doing, or per subject. We're doing specific subjects when it comes to these e-liquids. Number 1, vape production. Number 2 will simply be flavor. Number 3, that is going to simply be the price. Is it worth it? And lastly, number 4, we're going to just be looking at the overall labeling and is it good for the industry. So let's go ahead and talk about, first off, the labeling. As you can see, I've got a nice little picture right here of the main part of the label. It is a picture of Lucille Ball. This one is called Lucille. Now, I forgot to bring up my thing from downstairs. So you know what? Let's just go on their website and let's look at it. At Vapecraft Incorporated, which a link will be down in the bottom. It is supposed to be spunky pineapple and creamy coconut. Now, this one was really weird. As you guys know, whenever I do a review, I like to tank it as well as drip it. And I've been tanking it at 111 degrees right now on my Kylan. And I'm telling you right now, the flavor is better in a tank than it is in a dripper. I was using my Aura whenever I was tasting this. And the issue is, when I was doing it in the RDA, I was getting a ton of pineapple, but not as much coconut. I don't know why. Maybe it was just, you know, my flavor. I'm not a big pineapple vapor, and I'm not a big coconut vapor. So maybe that was part of it. But I have to admit, in a tank, it dies down the pineapple, and that coconut actually comes out. It's supposed to be almost like a pina colada. For flavor, I'd have to say, I'll give it a 3. Just simply because it does match the flavor profile. It would have had, actually, I'm going to give it a 3.25. Just a little over a B, but not quite a, I'm going to give it a B plus because it does match the, so I'm going to give it a 3.5 because it does match the flavor profile. Just that pineapple in an RDA is a little too strong, but I get it in the tank. So, no, you know what? We're going to go back to a 3. It's going to be a 3 because, you know, with it being a little too strong in the RDA, I have to say 3. Now, when it comes to vapor production, as you guys saw, I'll do it again. It does have really good vapor production. And I have to say, when it comes to the actual vapor production, this gets an A+. And for an A+, I'm actually going to go a 4.5. So, you know what? I better sit here and I better pull up my thing so I can actually keep track of what I'm giving it. Because I'm doing all this just on a whim. I'm not sitting here planning all this out. I'm doing everything the way I plan on it. So, vapor production. Okay. I'm giving it a 4.5 because I am going to give it an 8. No, I will give it a 4 because it does have good vapor production. And then for flavor, it got a 3. Now, when it comes to the actual labeling, I have to say, very classy. I'm not the happiest with Lucille Ball being her actual picture on it, but I can't say whether they got permission or these are free use photos. So I'm still going to give it a 4. I mean, label, I have to give it a 4. And then price. Now, for a 60 mil, it's $22.99. So that's about a little more than 30 cents a mil. I'd have to say for $22.99 at 60 mils, yeah, that's not a bad price, especially considering they're in California. I'm going to give them that little bit of a doubt. I'm actually going to pull up my calculator and figure out exactly how much that is. It's 38 cents a mil. So that's on the top range of what I like to pay for an e-liquid. But I'll give them that. It's a good e-liquid for the price. $22.99 is not a bad price. And I'm sure, if you go other places, you might be able to find it for less. But I can understand the company doesn't want to undercut a lot of their shops. I can understand that. And I give them props for that. So I'll go ahead and give them a 3 on the price. So, let's see what we got here. We got a 4, a 3, a 4, and a 3. Couldn't give anything a plus or a minus. So, and that's 14 divided by 4. So, it gets a 3.5. I kind of figured it was going to come out to about a 3.5, which I should have been able to do that in my head, but I wasn't thinking. So it gets a 3.5. Doesn't get that A, but it gets that A minus to B plus range, which 3.5 would be a B plus and an A minus to me. So I have to say, very good e-liquid. Again, if you want to get some for yourself and try it out, it is just down in the description. So that about wraps it up for this episode of Minuteman Reviews when it comes to our actual e-liquids. Now, I will be putting these out very hard this next week because I have a ton of e-liquid to review. So, tomorrow night I will probably do either Audrey, which is right here, or Marilyn. I haven't decided which I want to do tomorrow night, or Elizabeth. Elizabeth I might even do tomorrow night. But that about wraps it up, guys. Don't forget, go out there, sign up for CASA. They really need our help to get out there. And also, don't forget, if you want to hear what's going on with the Faircloth lawsuit, come join us over on Faircloth versus the FDA on Facebook. It is a group. If you need an invite, I'll send you an invite on Facebook if you're my friend. And if I'm not, you know what? Find me on Facebook. Robert Williams. Very easy. You can also find me on the Facebook for Vaping Minuteman and just say, hey, man, I want to be a friend. Will you add me? And I'll add you. So, talk to you later, guys. And as always, you gotta fight for your right to vape. Yeah.